Hi, this is Rich Coles from Prodactive Project Solutions. The purpose of this video is to give you a quick demo on how you can add in a character counter and warn you if you've exceeded the number of characters used in a cell or in a table. So let's have a look. In this case, I'm working on a charter, and this is the input sheet where teams are putting in the information, and this eventually will go to an output sheet where I've got a charter which looks like this. Now, in this case, this is a PDF form which is created, and it's done via this information being fed up into an intake sheet, and I'll show this in a separate video. But the piece here is that by using PDF form, the more words that go in, the text, depending on your settings, will get smaller and smaller and smaller, and so you want to limit the number of characters that go into this cell. So what I do here is I have added in a flag to say whether you're exceeding the character count, and I've set a limit on how many characters for the lines which I've got, because in this case, the PDF, these rows aren't going to increase to fit the text because it's a fixed format on the PDF form. So by looking at it, I work out how many characters I want to fit into that will go into that on the PDF document. And so in this case, I've gone down, and on the ones that are one line, I've said 50 characters. And then on the longer ones, I've gone up to 300 for the charter here. And so what you can see in this case is the character count on this one is 414. So in this case, it's flagged it as being exceeding that. And I've got conditional formatting, which therefore turns the text yellow and gives the user a little flag to say you've exceeded the character count here. So how have I done this? Let me just take this text and I'm going to copy it in here, and the one below is also 300, so you'll see that's increased. And if I delete out the words from requirement to modernize, that's still 316. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to take off a few more and go to here, and you can see now that's down at 290, so it's okay. So I'm just going to save that and give you a look inside into what is happening on this piece here. So the first thing is I've got a column here with the character limit. And so these are just manual numbers which I've gone down working out what is the right number to fit in each of the lines here. And then you can work out this yourself in terms of depending on the form you're doing. I then go back to this one, and I've got a little formula here, which is, he says, just going into it, I just need to go to edit column formula. And so this very simply is a length formula. So it is counting the number of characters in there. So let me just get rid of that formula for a moment and just retype it for you. So I'm going to put in len, and if you can see here, it returns the number of characters in a text string, including spaces. So it's telling you how many characters overall are in there. And then you just put a bracket, and then it says, where do you want it to count? I want it to count in the row, and then you either close the brackets or don't. I love the fact that you don't have to close the brackets. So I just enter, and it gives me the result, 290. So that's the character count. Now, in order to then do the next piece, if I want it to flag the alert, then I've got this, and this is just to make it more user-friendly for people. Again, not needed, but it's a nice little touch. So in here, let's just go to the column formula. And so all I'm doing here is I'm just saying if the length of the row is greater than the limit, then mark it with 1. If not, mark it with X. And the reason why I've used X is because I'm using a checkbox or a flag column here. And so if I turn that to be just blank, let me just show you this as a 0, then what you're going to see is this will turn into all these pieces here. So by putting an X in there, actually it just means that it looks better in my view, by hiding those little blank flags on that case. So let me just go through the formula here. So I'm going to convert to cell formula, and if I just get rid of this overall formula here and just start again. So what I'm going to do is, what I'm asking it to do is to say if the character count, so if brackets, the value here is greater than, and then this is where sometimes it gets a bit tricky, so I'm just going to have to choose one down below, and I'm going to go character room there, 9, because I can't get to it, but I'm just going to now type in @ row, and then it knows where I'm going to. If that is greater than character limit at row, then I want you to flag it. If not, then I want you to put an X in there. So there you go. That's now gone in, and that formula, and if I just now convert this to a column formula, you can see it still works. So that's the way it has the flag. And then what I've got is I've got conditional formatting in here, and the formatting on here is if it exceeds if the exceeds character count is flagged, then what do I want you to do? I want you to apply this format, which is in effect turn the text red. You can see I've got it highlighted here in the input column. So that's all it is. And again, let me just show you how simple that is to change. So if I apply this format, let's just make it a different color. Let's just make it purple instead. Then you can see that's how that is working. So it's just a conditional formatting on this piece. And if I just take in some extra content, you can see if I go to this cell, this one here, and I go added text and paste some more information in, you can see that now exceeds by 30 characters the cell count on that case, which means then I'll start having problems with the output sheet as it comes through to here. So again, you can use that in many ways for depending on what you're doing, whether it be on a row or a column. Just a useful tip for if you want to know the number of characters in a cell and give people warnings to help them keep brief. And I'll try and keep this video brief as well, so I'll stop there. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.